15th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. Unfortunately,
Okay.
I'm having a problem with my printer. I'm gonna have to take it to the store. So
Oy.
I'll leave it on, and when you exit, it'll just cut off my session, and that way the recording will work.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, so oh. Okay. Keep running over here. According to Rashi, a kesef inos l'bonav shel Gazlan dehot zocha bei b'misas hager. They were zocha in this kesef from the time that the ger was nifter.
My notes, I have we're on 110a, the Mishnah.
Yeah, we're going to go over the Mishnah again quickly. I mean, we didn't finish it completely in any case, but just the first part of it, we'll read over again. You want to read, Alan?
Sure. Start with the Mishnah, or you go a little further ahead?
Let's start from the beginning of the Mishnah. Gozel esager.
Right. The Mishnah discusses the law of one who robs a convert. Hagozel es hager v'nisba lo. If one robs a convert and swears falsely to him, and in denial of the robbery, umas, and the convert then dies without leaving heirs, hareze mashalem keren b'chol mesh la kohanim. The robber pays the principal and the 1/5 surcharge to the kohanim. V'or shom v'mizbeach, and brings an asham offering to the altar. Chenamar, as is stated, v'im ein lo'ish goel lahoshiv shom alev. But if the man has no kinsman to whom the guilt payment can be returned, or shom hamo shor la kohen, the guilt payment that is returned is for Hashem, for the Kohen. Malay vad el kipurim asher per bo or love, aside from the ram of atonement with which he shall provide his atonement. So there's two different types of.
Yeah, it's quite confusing.
The guilt is for the Hashem, for the Kohanim, and aside from the ram of atonement with which he shall provide him atonement.
Well, 1 second. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's enumerate the things that this Goslin who swore falsely has to do.
Right.
He's got to pay Karen. That's the principal payment, and a chomish. That's 1/5 of that,
Right.
to the Kohanim. Mm-hmm. Why the Kohanim? They're the ones that the Torah designates to get this payment, because the ger doesn't have any heirs. Normally, it would be given to the heirs of the person that was stolen from, but here he's got no heirs. Mm-hmm. Then it says Asham lemizbeach. Now, in addition to that, he has to bring a korban, and we call it a korban asham. And of course, a korban has to be brought on the mizbeach. That's got nothing to do with the ger who is nifter. He's got to do that whether he's nifter, whether he wasn't nifter, whether it was a ger, whether it wasn't a ger. That's what he has to do for swearing falsely after he admits that he swore falsely. He has to bring korban asham. So that he can always do. And then it says, Shenemar v'im ein, then the Gemora quotes a pasuk as a source. And it says, v'im ein le'ish goel, if the person that was stolen from doesn't have a goel, and that's referring to, he doesn't have a relative that would inherit him, that the Goslin could give the payment to, lahashiv ha'asham elav, to give the asham to him, to that relative, ha'asham hamushav lashem. The asham now should be returned to Hashem, to the Kohen. Now here, what's confusing is that the pasuk is using the word asham to refer to the payments of the Karen and the Chomesh, but it's not referring to the offering on the mizbeach, which is also called an asham. So that's why it's confusing. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning. How you doing?
Baruch Hashem. Yeah, Lou was recording, but he had to leave. He had to take care of something. So okay. So that's something that he has to do. He gives the Karen and the Chomesh to the Kohanim, and that, it says, is aside from the El HaKippurim, which is going to be a kippur for him. Now this El HaKippurim, see, that's interesting. The Torah calls this korban that he brings an El HaKippurim. Now, so this is also confusing, because 1 minute ago, the Mishnah referred to the korban that he brings on the mizbeach as an asham. so the Gemara quotes the pasuk, that the pasuk actually calls it an El HaKippurim. I believe that's referring to the asham. I don't think it's a separate korban that he has to bring. That what the Torah calls El Kippurim is the asham offering that the Mishnah said is going to be brought on the mizbeach. But the pasuk calls the payment of the Karen and the Chomesh an asham. So b'kitzer, it's a bit confusing. All right, so that's the first part of the about the Mishnah. We're just going over the first part of the Mishnah again, and now we're going to go to the next part of the Mishnah. Hayamala es hakesef. You want to continue the reading, Alan? You got the place?
Yep. The Mishnah continues. Hara me ale es ha-kesef, the es shom. If the robber was bringing up the money and asham offering to Jerusalem, umes, and he died en route, kesef ye nuasein Levonov, the money shall be given to the robber's sons. The Horsham, Yireh, Ad,
You're too soft, Alan.
and the Asham offering.
Soft.
That's as loud as I can get it right now. And the Asham offering shall graze until it develops a blemish. When you meker v'yipo domov Bava, it shall be sold and its proceeds placed in the donative offering coffer. Stop there.
Okay, good. Let's take a look at the Rashis. We have a Rashi, Kesef Yinosen Lebonov. Or before that, we have a one-word Rashi.
Which Rashi we won? The Have Male? Oh, the one word masses is Bederech, like on the way. That's when he died.
It's a Kesef Umeis Baderech.
On the way, he died on the way there.
On the way. So he didn't bring the Usham offering on the Mizbeach, and he didn't give the Kesef to the Kohanim, because he was Meis Bederech, on the way to the Beis HaMikdash. So now what happens? Next Rashi.
A kesef yinatain lebanav. He gives the money to the sons. Shel Gazlan of the thief, the thief's sons. The ha zacha, because they merit it. They get it from his death. The mita hager.
The Mises Hager. The Hazacha be Mises Hager.
Ela rather, the bai lema'abed, but they need to lose haseva,
Hashava.
the loss, the being returned. Ki hefe, they need kapara, hashvuad, for the false oath on this. The chashta now to furthermore make kapara. There is no kapara even demitale, because he's now because he's died. They no longer leads kapara because he died.
Wow, Rashi says a very strange thing over here. I don't understand it. We got the Goslin on the way to give the kesef to the Kohanim because the ger that he stole from doesn't have any relatives, and he passed away. So the Torah says give it to the Kohanim. So he's on his way to do that, and then he passes away, and then the Mishnah says, and what should be done with the kesef? It should be given to the sons of the Goslin, says Rashi. So Rashi says what seems to me I don't understand. The Ha'zochabe mimisas ager, because the truth of the matter is that these sons already were zocha in this kesef already from the time that the ger was nifter. Why would that be? They're not zocha in it until the father passes away. But Rashi, for some reason, says that they're zocha in this money already at the time that the ger passes away. Maybe, you know what? maybe he's not talking about the Banim over there. Rashi's talking, yes. So he's talking about the Goslin. The Hazocha Bey b'misas ager. The word Zocha is Lashon Yochid. It's a singular Lashon. It cannot be going on the sons if there's more than one, especially. It's got to be going on a singular individual, and it's referring to the Goslin. So the Goslin, so strike that problem. Rashi's very good. The Goslin is Zocha in this kesef from the moment that the ger dies, except for the fact that he needs to do hashava. He needs to return the stolen money that he stole from the ger, in order that he should achieve an atonement ashvuase on his false shua that he made. Bahashta, but now that he has himself, the Goslin, passed away, su leka kapora, there is no possibility of atonement. Why is there no possibility of atonement for this Goslin? Because he died. A dead person can't achieve kapora. So once he dies, there's no point in the sons giving the money to the Kohanim. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't achieve a kapora for the father. The father had to do that, and he didn't do it. So the money goes to the sons. So that's the story with the money. Meaning the principal payment that he stole, the Karen, and the Chomish, the fifth, for swearing falsely. And now we go to the next Rashi, Ha'asham Yira. Now he was also on the way to Yerushalayim, not only with the Kesef, but he was also on the way with an Asham. So what now happens to the Asham?
Asham Yira. You have to let the usher go to pasture, to die in the fields there. The Have Asham, that it has the Asham, Shemetu Balav, when the masters die, the Kaimelon is established, will come on later on, Kol Bechatat Meta, anything that where the death of the any sin offering dies of an asham roeh has to be the asham roeh has to be being kept in the flock.
Okay, so the purpose of this animal being sent out to pasture is so that it should develop a blemish, and then it's going to become invalidated from being able to be brought on the mizbeach. Right now, it's a korban, but the owner of that korban is no longer in this world. So likewise the korban right now, there's no point in doing that. Because there's no atonement for the Goslin. He's already mace. So there's no atonement for someone who's already mace. So there's no point in bringing the korban. And but it still is a korban. So we can't just take it home and have a barbecue with it. But they got to wait for it to develop a moon. So what do? They put it out in the pasture, and they hope that a wild bear will make it invalid somehow, and then or whatever, it'll develop some type of a mum, whatever. And then what happens? Then the Mishnah said the animal will be sold, and the proceeds of the sale will go to this fund called the kupas nedava, the kupa for the voluntary offerings. Now there's a Rashi over here to tell us a little bit what that's all about. Phil's working hard today.
When the David has to be given as a voluntary offering afterwards. The shofro kites hamizbeach for the shofro. There's a shofro. I don't know why it would be a shofro. The end of the mizbeach olot. Basa leshem the orod lakahanim. Okay, basa leshem, and the skin goes to the meat, and goes to, and the skins go to the kohan.
The shame.
For the name, go to the kohan.
What is that referring to? Maybe you have a note on this Rashi. It's very difficult Rashi. The show they would call the things that you put the money in, and so this is this is a particular shofar for for what's called the offerings of the Ketz HaMizbeach, which is Ketz HaMizbeach is the that's when they are going to bring these korbanos that they purchase over there. When they have some free time on the mizbeach and they're not bringing offerings that are obligated to be brought, because they of course have priority to this offering over here. The only reason that they're doing, the only reason that they're buying a korban and bringing it with this animal is because I believe that the money that they get for the sale of this animal, which was invalidated from the mizbeach, it could be that the money has kedusha, and they have to do that. So the only thing they can do is to buy a kosher animal and then bring it as an adava, a voluntary offering, because there's no obligation to bring the offering, but the kedusha requires that the money be used to buy a korban. Well, what does this mean over here? Olas basar l'shem v'oros l'kohanim. Olos basar l'sham. I mean, if it's an ola, there's not going to be any basar that's going to give it to anybody other than the mizbeach. So maybe l'sham means it'll be the basar will be there to the mizbeach because it's an ola, and the oros will be given, however, to the kohanim. They don't even an animal which is an ola, the oros will go to the kohanim. The hide of the animal is flayed off the animal, and that will go to the Kohanim, and the rest of the animal will be an ola. It'll be burned on the mizbeach. No one eats from an ola, from a korban ola. Okay. All right. Weiter in the Mishnah. Mishnah brings another case over here. A continuation of the primary case of the one that stole from the ger and then swore falsely to him, and then the ger was mace, and so now the Gazali got a and he's got to bring an oshim. So now we have another scenario over here. Nosan hakesef la'anshe mishmar. Further on in the Mishnah, and now we relieve Alan of his reading duties, and we call upon Roy to continue.
So Nosain boss kesef. No.
Yeah,
Yes?
right.
Nosain kesef. The hayar yoriv Hashem lida ya.
Oh no, the before that.
Oh.
There's a Nasan HaKesef before that.
Ah.
Nasan HaKesef la'anshe mishmar.
Oh, right. Nosan HaKesef la'anshe mishmar umeis. If, however, he gave the money to the men of the Mishmar and then died without offering his asham. Ein Yerushon Yechalein Lahatzei Meyadam. His heirs cannot exact the money from their possession.
Of the Anshe Mishmar that took it from the Gazlan before he was nifter.
Mm-hmm. All right. For it is stated, Va'ish Asher Vasain the Kohen Lo Ad Hashem. What a man gives to the Kohen shall be his.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
Right. It's Yud Hey Yud Hey.
Yeah, I didn't see that properly.
Okay, so in other words, he did half of the job. He's got money to give. He's got a korban to bring on the Mizbeach. So he successfully gave the money to the Anshe Mishmar. That's referring to the Kohanim that are there in the for that week in the Beis Hamikdash on their rotation. So he gave it to them, but he didn't manage to bring the korban before he was nifter. So now he didn't really complete his kapora. So it's not really a kapora. In order for it to be a kapora, you got to complete the kapora. He didn't really do so. So there would be a reason to think that the sons can come along and take the money back from the Kohanim. Say, look, our father didn't get any kapor from giving you this money because he didn't bring the korban asham. So give us back the money. And the Mishnah says, no, they don't have to give it back. And they bring a pasuk for it. Okay. So that's that one. And now we go to another scenario. And here's your second nasan.
Okay. Noson hakesef lehayariv v'asham ledaya. And if the robber gave his money to the mishma of Yehariv and the asham offering to the mishma of Yodaya, Yotza, he has discharged his obligation. Asham lahayuriv the chesed Yodaya. If, however, he gave the ashram offering to Yehariv and the money to Yodaya, then the following is the law. Im kayem hayasham. If the asham is still extant, that is, the members of Yehariv did not offer it, Makarivu hu b'nei Yeroim, the Yedaya, the members of the Yedaya shall offer it. The imla, but if not, of Yehariv offered it during their week. V'chayvei bir v'yovei asher asham achar. The robber must repeat and bring another asham offering.
Okay, let's take a look at the Rashi so far. How much time we have left? You got 8 minutes, okay.
Okay. The Mishmeret Yehoriav, if they would give it to the Mishmar, the watch, Yehoriav's watch. Rishona, the call, that's the first one. The call is Mishmar, that's the first out of all the watches. Bishel Yedea, which is the Achreya, and Yedea is after him.
Right. You got 24 different rotations of Kohanim that are working in the Beis HaMikdash, being Ovid in the Beis HaMikdash. So each rotation works a week, and then they give, and then the next rotation in line comes after them. And so Rashi is telling us that this Mishmeres of Yehoyariv, they are the first ones in the rotation of all the Mishmaros. And the other one, Yedaya, they are after them. So why is Rashi telling us this is going to be important to keep in mind as we see the next couple of dinim over here that the Mishnah is going to explain, that Rashi is going to explain us. So just remember, Yehoyariv is first, and Yedaya is after him.
Okay, Natan, if he gave a Gazlan, Eta Kesev, the thief gave the money, Lichoriav, to the first watch, the Mishmartov for his watch. The Achachach, afterwards, Natan the Asham, he gave the the Ashem liyadia, to the second one in his wash. And then it says if he does that, it's yatzar. It's a good deal. As explains, va'azil, and he gets shehab hamevi, the one who brings the stolen object, ad shalohavi carbon, not until he brings the carbon ashmo of the korban of the Ashem korban, his Ashem korban, yatsa, it's good. V'zeh zacha b'shalo, and this one merits his. V'zo shabalo, and b'shalo, and this one merits his. Like they both, it means it's a good deal. The first one does get the so to speak, the money, and the second one does get the asham. That it's okay.
Okay, so the halacha over here that Rashi's bringing is that the Mishnah says that the Gazlan is yotza, meaning he's yotza, he's fulfilled his obligations of hashava, of returning the Karen and the Chomesh and bringing the Korban Asham, and so therefore he's fulfilled all of his obligations, and he's got his atonement. Even if the money was given to the first rotation, Yehoyariv, and the Asham was brought by the rotation after them, because Rashi says the halacha shamevi gazelo ad shelo hevi korban, the one that brings his gezel, that he's required to return the gezel to the one that he stole it from, or in this case to the Kohanim, in the case of a ger. If he does that before he brings the korban asham, he's yotze. If he does it in that order, he's yotze. So like that he gave the gezel to the first rotation, and the asham was given to the one after that. He in that order, he's yotze. He's fulfilled his obligation, because you could give the gezel before you bring the korban, and you could still be fulfilling your obligation in that way. It sounds like you're not supposed to do it like that. You're supposed to do it the other way around. But in any case, he's yotze, and each mishmar gets is zocha in what was given to them. But if he does it the other way around, so then he's got a problem. Let's see the we said that if he gives the asham first to Yehoyariv, that's the first mishmar, and then only afterwards he gives the kesef to the mishmar after that. Oh, so that's going to be so then it depends. And so then it depends. Okay, so the halacha, the Mishnah says, if the asham is still not yet brought, in that case, what should be done? The Yehoyariv, the first rotation that it was given to, they should cede that asham. They should relinquish that asham and let the second rotation be makriv yedaya. They should be the ones to bring the asham. And Rashi's going to explain us why. But otherwise, if it's already been brought, then he's got a problem. if Yehoyariv already brought the korban asham, then he's got to. It's no good. He's got to bring another one. He's got to bring another one. He's got to bring another one. Okay, let's see the Rashi.
This is im kiyam ha'asham yakrivu b'nei yedea. That if it still exists, the asham, then the b'nei yedea have to offer it up. The kanshinu licharav, like it's a fine. The yicharav.
Yeah, it's a penalty to the first rotation, Yehoyariv, lahakzir ha'asham.
Asham, to return the asham, the shalo kedin, because it's not according to the right way. Avod, it was not done according to din. B'nei charav, the kibul asham, because it's the acceptance of the asham. Mikami, me preceded the kesef. You're doing that before giving the kesef. Yedea, and to the other group, Yedea, which is the second one, Leka mikanes, and the second group, there isn't them to have any penalty midday from it. The mishmar, in their mishmar, the day it is kabili, it's accepted. Rabbi Yehuda and Rabbi Yehuda, the plea of Brisa, he disagree. He's arguing on the Brisa in the Gemora, the Mishnah that in all.
Rabbi Yehuda, the polig, the Brisa, the Gemora, the Masnisin Moda. Oh, it sounds like there's a split in the view of Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda, who argued in the Mishnah, now argued in the Gemora. In the Mishnah, he's going to agree. We'll have to see what that means. But we got no more time, and we say Yeshua to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. See you tomorrow at
Shabbat Shalom. Bezrat Hashem. Tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem. Yeah.
Take care.
All the best.
Bye.